So thank you very much, Lorenzo, to be here. It's a pleasure always to have this kind of activation and campaigns with our partners. It's always good to know about them and also like present yourself to the public and our audience. So starting from the beginning, I would like to know how you will present yourself in the ecosystem. How is your profile?
Sure. So I started getting into YouTube and crypto back in 2020, so 2021, 2020, when we had the crazy DAO moment, like AVAX and all of the AVAX started popping all the way up to hundreds, I remember. And it was this crazy APY storm of projects that were in a way pyramid scheme, call it that way. So the more people enter, the more people are there.
Yeah.
Um, but so that's what took me into it. Started, I was like, oh, I'm actually into it in a personal way. So let's try to make some videos out of it and let's see if other people are interested. Because I did find interest on Twitter. People were talking about it. I was looking at the comments. A lot of people were like, how do you do it? How do you do that? So I thought, all right, let me just do and record some videos because I do it myself. So could be something from it. And that's how I started YouTube. Then I shift all the way to the airdrops related content. So that's another thing that I was very much into it back when I would say Arbitrum started. That's when the interest started peaking
Okay.
with the Arbitrum airdrop, and then we had the Jupiter airdrop on Solana
Mm.
and all of the project following along. So that's how we started into airdrops, and now I'm trying to also get another branch of the channel, being trading and learning how to trade, learning how to look at charts, even though they
Sweet.
are very much unpredictable in terms of you can study all you want, but if someday, as we saw in recent times, one of the world leader decides to say, you know what,
Yeah.
screw some countries and screw other, that thing you cannot predict. So in
You
terms
cannot
of
control.
patterns, it's interesting to see recurring patterns in a market.
Okay.
So I started to get into it and I started to find interest in it. I'm still, don't call me an expert as well, of course, no financial advisor, nothing like that. I do it for myself and I started to share a little bit of the impression, the feelings. Also, it's a very personal feeling if you expect it to be on the uptrend, in a downtrend, if you got some
Yeah.
news, maybe people are overlooking at something. So all of that is interesting for me to understand and try out for myself. So I try to develop this branch as, crypto keeps on evolving. Therefore, my YouTube channel also needs to keep on evolving in a way that it
Yeah.
cannot only be told that the until the last project goes and dies in a terms of wave that it was APY craziness. Now it's
Mm.
airdrop craziness. Maybe in 2 years will be something else that we don't know about it today.
That's good to know. I mean, you mentioned a lot of good points, like Solana ecosystem, that it's a really good topic. Then I think that the most important, your purpose is to educate and share your knowledge with your audience and with your community. So I think it's quite positive, and your community must be really happy with you on that way.
I hope so. I mean, some people are, it's crypto, so a lot of people want the results fast and nobody wants to
Yeah.
listen on how. So that's the only downside of crypto is that a lot of people got into it because of the crazy hype surrounding it without
True.
understanding there are procedures to get the most out of everything.
Yeah.
When it comes, for example, with airdrops is the procedures of interacting with a protocol. You cannot expect to be top ranked in rewards if you do 1 day of interaction. The same goes with tradings. You cannot pretend to become rich like it was if you invested 10 years ago on Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can have some other things, but people don't want to understand it or they don't want to spend the time listening to, let's say, how to open a leverage position, what 2x means, what 3x means, what 20x means, or,
Yeah.
you know, understand that you
They need
can
time.
make profit, but there is also a lot of risk
Yeah.
and they
True.
expected, okay, we just want the crazy hype without the risk. So that's the new wave of people that I saw coming into crypto because they understood they only read positive Twitter posts instead of
The
the
negative,
reality of
the reality. I
which
mean, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
what you need to put in, or also how much money you lose if trading if you have optimistic levels and then as we said, world leaders wake up and decide to put 100% tax on something, and nobody knows about it unless you're himself. So there is also pros and cons, and that's why, also with the stop losses to go through it, take profit,
Yeah.
leverage, position, and all of that is interesting.
Keep educating your community. I think that's the only way to make them understand that quick money comes, but also it disappears quick. But yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
really, thank you very much for this first reply. I'm gonna jump a little bit to know how is your perspective and how are your feelings when you use Zoomex. So, as a trader, what is your like first impression when you use Zoomex the first time? And if you can like mention a feature that you love from us, it will be also good.
So there are when it came to Zoomex, I got introduced it by a friend of mine, Sebastian,
Yeah.
and
Bueno,
so
her.
when it came to it, it was pretty much straightforward. Like you have everything. You don't have There's pros and cons to a few things,
Hmm.
but let's say that it comes to the confusion of token that you might find in other exchanges that are there for a quick grab. Because token provide liquidity, they need to pay and all of that as it is part of a business. But with Zoomex, you do have, let's say, the most reliable tokens, and you do not find any scam tokens. So that's definitely a positive. You do not have small market cap token that are there for a pump and dump. So that is very positive, and it's all organized on the left side of the screen. You have your token, you drop down the menu, you can order it depending on market cap, depending on growth. So that's very intuitive, and you have everything at your disposal in front of you. So the UI, it's very straightforward. It's very practical, and then on the right side you have all of your leverage. You got the margin. You got the possibility to open at a market or open at an order. So everything is there. It's under yourself, and everything is in one page. You do not have to scroll too much down in order to find everything. Also,
Sure.
when it comes to the possibility of opening a trade, it's in front of you, and you give the recap of how your trade is looking without skipping it in case it could be a mistake. So that's definitely something. And of course, for my audience being worldwide, the no KYC features, it's something that interested me,
It's a
and
positive.
it's very convenient for also my audience because a lot of people are from, first world countries, absolutely yes, but also some people get introduced to crypto from second or third world countries as a way of discovering something else. So it's definitely useful to not have KYC and to not go through the procedures of stressing whether or not you are eligible or not for something. So the,
Yeah.
the opportunity to give everything to everybody, it's absolutely yeah, I think it's one of the best features compared to other big exchange. So
Yeah.
that's definitely
As I resume, I think it's like the simplicity and how is intuitive Zoomex platform in desktop and app, and also like the no KYC like simple registration. I think it takes
yeah.
like 3 minutes to sign in. It's really fast
And
and
of course, I also love the fact that you are partner with. I've been watching Formula One since I was a kid because in Italy it's a tradition to watch it with your dad. So I really like the fact of the partnership with an F1, which is something that I watch on a weekend on a daily basis anyway. So that's
yeah.
also something, especially being with
Italian
Haas.
Italian community love a lot the Formula One. I think you have really good brands of cars there.
Yeah, I
So
mean, we had MotoGP and Formula One are the two
also
sports that we
also.
follow the most simply because of we got Ferrari in Formula One, of course, and if I'm
But
not
you told
mistaken,
me
Ferrari
you
supplies the engine for Haas F1 as well.
yes,
Uh,
exactly.
so they're the supplier.
We close a partnership sponsoring for the next 2 years,
Okay.
and basically, yes, as you can see on the car, we have different position for the logo, and we are
Mhm.
like creating like sweet and aggressive like campaigns for the next GP. So I hope you will receive some information from your manager.
That
No
would be
worries with
amazing.
that. But you are more from Valentino Rossi, or you prefer like Marc Marquez? Just to see.
Uh, I mean, I used to be Valentino Rossi in MotoGP because my dad used to watch it because of him. So that's how Italy watch MotoGP.
Yeah.
Now, uh, I follow it more like highlights related stuff on the
Okay.
web. That's
Okay.
how I follow MotoGP. Instead, with Formula One, I still have maybe I skip the Friday free practice, but on Saturday qualifying or sprint race, I'm there. And
In
on
front of the
Sunday,
TV. Yeah, that's
yeah, I
nice.
got the TV for Formula One. For MotoGPs, it was more of a family thing. I kept on alone the F1 mind. But yeah, I mean, Mark Marquez just did the second best record. So, I mean, hats off to him. Good for him.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good. Good. Good, quite interesting, and I like it. I mean, because at the end, Italian looks like also the Spanish one. So I think we have
Mhm.
like different, similar like
I mean, no, he's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the
yeah,
best. So.
yeah, he's one of the best. But I think like Valentino Rossi was the greatest one, like the magician one. But let's go, because we don't have too much time, and I want to know more about you. It's super interesting. What I mean, how you define yourself as a trader, and will recommend this platform to what kind of traders, if I can know.
So for I think it's great to start and understand it if you never stepped into crypto. So for newcomers, it's definitely something interesting because you can, as we said, without the KYC, you can enter, participate, and understand how everything works without stressing too much. So you also don't have a minimum deposit, like you don't go with a minimum of $100. So everybody can participate, everybody can be part of it, especially for the newcomers. When it comes to frequent traders, I do it as the main platform, even though we do have the partnership, but I still utilize it with the main interest to do on a daily basis. Because as we said, there is no mess of coins. There is no, you also have, is the easiness, and I don't have to worry that a token that is listed on your platform could be a pump and dump there for only there because of hey, we paid for it, we are on exchange, and then people could pump and dump it from behind. So there is the tranquility of mind with that. And you do offer
Mm.
high leverage. So even people that want to try with high leverage, you go from 1 2% to, I believe Bitcoin is 150%.
Yes,
So
with
the high leverage is
exactly.
is there,
Yeah.
and it's
Depending on
definitely
the
convenient.
pairs, but yeah, I mean, we have
Yeah.
good
With
leverage.
Bitcoin and Ethereum, you have the highest leverage possible, so
Yes.
that's interesting. And you can try, you can experiment it. And as we said, uh, counting that you have enough money for the fees, because that's part of the game, pay for the fees. You can try everything at the very beginning without uh,
Let's
any
say high
limits. You
risk,
don't have to be, yeah, you don't have to be, you don't have to have $100 to spare. You can deposit $10, $5. You can start trading. You can experiment, see if it goes well, if it goes bad. And also the interface is fast. I never had a problem opening trades. I never had a problem in terms of taking the profit, setting everything before the trade. So opening the trade, put the top stop loss and take profit as well. That's always been pretty smooth. So,
Yeah.
nothing to complain.
No, I think you say a lot of like big points. I want to keep on the one that the interface is quite nice, and as you said, like you can try at the end. I think we have a lot of offers as a centralized exchange. We have direct competitors that have different features or they have better product, but at the end, Zoomex is defined by an organic platform. We don't want to become rich the first month. We know that this is not possible if you want to keep your business in a long term. Our goal is like to farm our product, improve them, try to be like the best in the market, and then we show or we present new product, new services to the community. And that's something that we try to do from the last year, and we try to listen a lot our community. That's why we like every month or every 2 months we send a survey by mail internally, and we ask them like, what do you want to see on the platform, what do you don't like, let's hear about you. I think it's important, even now that we have this current situation. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate your reply. I think it's really valuable. I'm gonna change a little bit with the Formula One, because I
Mhm.
know that you like it. So the pit stop moment. There are sometimes a little bit of stress, and I think we can compare this moment of the Formula One driver with the life of a trader, scalper, swinger. Did you have any kind of situation in the past or in the present? Are you facing some situation similar?
Definitely when I started, it was more like the experimental stage. I didn't quite know what it was. Then you start understanding how any exchanges work, Zoomex as well. You do have the possibility to learn about the leverage. You understand how to set leverage, how to have the possibility of placing orders. You say, oh, I think this token is gonna go low, it's gonna swing up and down. So I will take my limit order at, let's say now Bitcoin is at 121, 122,000, something like
Yeah.
that. If you're convinced that it's gonna go down to 118,000, then you have the possibility to make the order now for when Bitcoin will hit that mark to then go up and down, short or long. So that's definitely something using the leverage and understanding you have all of the information on it as well in terms of if you put 50x leverage, you do have the brackets on the lower part of the trade that says the liquidation price is
It's
at a certain level. And you can open and close the trade very rapidly. Yes, there are the trading fees as is normal, but then you can also open a trade 2 seconds later with a 3x leverage, and you can see the difference on the level that you would get liquidated if the token reaches the opposite directions. And with that, also, if you do get the high leverage, as we said before, entering a trade, when you are about to enter a trade, in the setup of the trade, you can implement stop loss, you can implement the take profit, so you are some sort of tranquility of mind that whether your trades or your idea of the trade was correct or wrong, you're also able to prevent the risk of getting fully liquidated, even with the margin that you could have in your trading wallet. So
no.
that's something. Um, so this is something for good. There is also the possibility for the
So
uh,
you're like the worst stress that you had on this in the industry was at the beginning, no? When you start like trading, when you start like what is the leverage? What is isolate cross? Oh, I
yeah,
need to
it's
that that was like the best moment. Not right now. I mean, I can understand, or we can understand that you have more knowledge. So let's say that the worst scenario is going to be when you try to close a position or
well, the worst scenario I think is when somebody starts, and for beginners, it would be to understand how leverage works in a way that people might think that you don't really go and lose that much money when instead if it goes and take the stop loss, not the stop loss, but the liquidation price,
the
you are liquidated, which means 100% of the trade is gone. And sometimes people also don't understand that if you open multiple trades with the same account at once, the price that you see in the liquidation price sometimes go higher than the one or lower than the one it is because of the margin used within your account. So there's a little few things that people need to understand, but once you start something, you learn with experience. So that was my job
exactly.
in losing a bit of money. It was okay, maybe I shouldn't have opened shouldn't have opened so many trade. Probably I think I was at 4 trade at once because I opened the first one and I was like, oh, I see the liquidation price very low. Then I opened the second one and then the third one, and I realized uh,
Oh, mama.
the liquidation price keeps on rising and rising, and I was like, well, what's happening? And then as well as the token goes down, if you open a position as a long and the token goes down, then you see that the more the token goes down, the more the liquidation price goes up. So there are a few things that you need to understand. It's not as I mean, if you that's why the risk of using leverage could be is there. Instead, if you do want to trade and just
Mhm.
forget about it, just simply swap stable coins to any token that you want and hold it for the long run if you think you're gonna have a
Okay.
profitable outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Like investor or traders at the end, it's the difference. And talking about this, talking about the loss and gains that you had on your career, can you share with us a little bit of, I mean, more details? Like, can you say numbers or no? If you don't want, you can say a range.
Yeah,
But
it was recently when this whole tariffs situation started at the
okay,
beginning of the year, I think it was.
okay,
I think I was at about the worst day was $10,000 in loss, and that's when I
okay.
was like, oh, like Bitcoin is going down, and
Yeah,
then I was like, I think it's gonna go back up, and then another tariff started hitting the market, and then it was like 200% on China, so everything started going down. And at that moment, I was like, oh, let me open one trade, let me open a second trade because it's even lower. So I was like, and then I was like, oh, damn it, the
doesn't work.
liquidation price keeps on going up. So about at that case, I did use a stop loss situation.
Yeah,
So at
it's
that point,
important.
I
You stop
just got
loss.
out when it was like, uh, live to fight another day.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
I
see.
take the stop, take the loss, and we move on.
But well, at the end, people need to understand that here you win. Some days you win, and some days you lose. It's life. I mean, you cannot always win.
Yeah,
There is
I mean,
there is
absolutely.
no Superman. I mean, one creator or content creator that he sell himself as a Superman on the trading. We know that that doesn't exist. So that's thank you very much for
Absolutely.
your transparency. And
Well,
just like continue with this like personality that you have on the trading. Can you share with us like how you will describe yourself like on the trading, but also on the personality, like on your persona, on your with your friends, with your family. Are you the same person as you are trading or completely different?
no, I'm more chill in life. I'm in a situation personally with my life that I'm happy with, and so I'm more chill, I'm more relaxed, I'm more take it with flow kind of style, and I don't try to be as aggressive as and, in trading it's aggressive because you are also pushed, which is probably a mistake. If you make a loss, you are pushed to try and regroup the game, so you are a bit like you're in your head, you're like, oh, I can do this. So instead of if you lost 2K, then you want to go and bet 3K and you want to go and
Go.
leverage the position to a certain. So that's also something you shouldn't be done. But when it comes to trading, it's a bit more. Of course, you need to trade with the money that you can afford to lose. So
So,
that's always the idea. But it is more risky. In life, in my personal life, I'm very much I don't want to fuck about and find out. Let's say that. So
thank you for this
I
meaning.
am more convenient. I'm a good person. I'm a chill person. I don't want to find out anything bad if I do mess around.
Yeah.
With
Well,
trading, it's there are rewards to the risk that you take, which are materialistic. At the end of the day, it's nothing that can go wrong for your health, for your
that's
if you're
important.
able to regain, to recoup the loss, if you're able to not get phased out or go into depression, or, anything that could happen with the loss of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I'm a bit different.
Talking about this word that you say, the health. How what was the impact of being a crypto trader on your health, like on your life, on that way? Like, did you have like
At the
a
beginning, it was all hyped up, especially because it seems like at the beginning you got the beginner's luck. So you do one or two trades and you're like, oh, nice, I make money. So you get hyped up. But then slowly you start to realize don't mess around too much. Like, take it
yeah,
easy. But no, I haven't had any personal issues. Like it's a job at the end of the day. It's a something that you can make a living out of it. So take it with care and don't, if you want to go for a walk, just disconnect, put the phone on airplane mode or leave it at home and come back later, put the stop losses, put the take profit, and if something happens, then you're covered.
yeah, I see. So, what do you do normally when you have like a bad moment on trading? For example, you go outside the same as you said, or you
I'll
have
probably
another
punch the desk and
something that you repeat punch the desk. No, that's quite good.
I mean, I punch the desk,
It
I
must
stand
be
up, and then I might go for a walk. I might go and pick up my girlfriend from work, and yeah, a
disconnect.
bit. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the day, really.
Yeah,
Because if it is something because then as you're on the laptop, are you taking the loss? Some news could come out that it's positive. So you can also be like, okay, let me take out my phone and try to regroup the loss. If, for example, with the when I lost the money, the most amount of money, it was with the tariffs. Of course, if in that moment, then there was also the possibility because it was changing every day. I was in the laptop losing money, but then 1 hour later, it could be, oh, you know what? The president decided to go back on his word, and there is no tariff, so the market would all of a sudden be like up 4%. So it's more of a yeah, punch the desk, stand up, go take a sip of water, do something, and then
yeah,
be ready for everything. Like you got in the trading, you need to be ready for anything. Like we've seen it now with
that's
Bitcoin
true.
going now to 124, 123,000, whatever it was.
ATH, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And now the altcoins also since 2 3 days they're like trying to wake up. So let's see what
yeah, I
happens.
mean, I hope for that because it's
Yeah,
about time.
I mean, yeah,
It's
yeah. I think we need to purge a lot of them, but yeah, I hope first we do a rally and then we purge. So talking about pressure, you know that Formula One they have a lot of pressure during the race. So how you are able like to manage this pressure, like when you're trying, like do you have any colleague that support you during the trading, or someone from your team, or you are alone in front of your desk?
No, I'm alone. I'm at home alone. I got the dog,
Okay,
so
the
I either
dog
go and pet
helps.
the dog.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm very much. it's not life or death. So it's this simply money. It's
Yeah.
in
You
it's
separate on your own. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. That's a
I mean,
concept.
I got my life outside of what crypto is or what YouTube and all of that.
Right.
So it's for me personally, I'm very chill on it. Like I know that at the end of the day, it's money. You can the same way I made it, the same way I can lose it, the same way you can go back and make it. So it's a up and down. It's a swing. Um, we're not risking our life like Formula One is. So
Yeah,
there's
that's right.
no. I mean, there's other things in life which we could have gone way worse than closing a bad trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, anybody you've seen it from the best Formula One drivers, they don't win every race. They maybe finish second, third, fourth. They do not finish. So, just like any other job, it can go good, it can go bad. You cannot expect it to always go well. If you expect to always go well, then I think it's either put your money on a copy trading account and do something like let other people do it, because it's pretty much delusional to think that you can get 100% of the trade.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Like copy trading on bots, it's I think it's quite good. I mean, for the people that they don't have time probably to trade and they don't have the patience to understand and receive this knowledge. Because I think like since the start of the copy trading on the platforms, we improve a lot, you know. We have more tools, it works much better, etc., etc. So I think with the trading bots and all of that, centralized exchanges that are going to deliver a better product for this passive traders, you know. But yeah, quite interesting what you said, and that's open me something that I ask to everyone that I know in the ecosystem, like how you see the industry, the ecosystem going in the next like month, year. Do you have any preference on any kind of narrative, or do you believe like we will
In terms
have
of crypto or in terms of Zoomex as a platform?
no in terms of crypto, like
I mean, we're seeing mass
in terms of
adoption. So
Zoomex, I can assure you that we have a good challenge and really good roadmap for us in the
I
future.
mean, in terms of also this one, edit it out if you, I mean, just in terms of Zoomex, I saw that there is talking about the token trades, I would prefer to see more because
Okay.
there are a lot of legit project out there, which is more than only the top 100 that you could see on CoinMarketCap. So, and I also got this one from a friend of mine that trades with me on Zoomex, that there is a limitation in terms of the token amount.
Okay.
That's the only.
So more
Um,
pairs.
more
You want
pairs to
guys more
trade,
pairs
yeah,
on
and
futures on.
more pairs on futures, more pair on spot, and
Okay.
also try to dare to go with the shit, let's call it shit coins, the meme coins,
Yeah.
but the legit one, in terms of, yeah, avoid the one that are there for a pump and dump, but for the one that they really have a community behind. There are some that somehow they manage to get a community behind, and they actually stick. They don't have a central wallet, so those one could also be interesting because some people join crypto because of that. So that's simply their narrative that they know. And in terms of the crypto aspect, it's been, unless there is another world leader or the same world leader as of today, that they decide to ban it completely, which we don't know. It's only them that they know. It seems like it's getting accepted more and more often. So I don't think it's gonna be the narrative that crypto is gonna be everywhere and everybody's gonna use only crypto. Like some people think about it, but it would be an integration of the blockchain with different protocols that they might have a coin, yes, but the coin is not essentially going to be the way of going for
Purpose.
like Bitcoin is a payment method and that's it. Then Ethereum has a different purpose, Chainlink has a different purpose. So all of them, the one that have a purpose, are going to be adopted, but I don't even think that we would be seeing such a exponential growth like in the past years because it's already established. We are at 3.6, 3.7 billion, no, trillion dollar market cap in terms of crypto. So it's the explosion has arrived. Now it's a steady grow like you would see with gold, you would see with the S&P 500. So in terms of everyday financial, I think that is the set, but we are set to, blockchain facilitates a lot of things. Crypto facilitates
I
a lot
agree.
of payment in countries. So there are pros to it, but of course we are not in charge. So we can, also yourself, you can develop everything you want, but there is still the little problems that we are puppets to somebody else's decision, which is we can
Like,
have all the hype up and all the maxis and everybody around. We just need to hope that the people in charge are going to be the people that are that they do bring this one out there, because
yeah,
otherwise can when what happens with China, for example, that being with the leader that they have, they were like everything is banned. So now they are more like they start to accept it again, they start to implement it again. So that's the only thing. It's not a community only, but the price of crypto, the adoption of crypto, it also depends on the big players out there that make the laws and decide things. So it does look like people are getting into it. Big investors are coming, BlackRocks, Vanguards, all of them. Um,
with the
they
creation
are,
of ATF, etc., etc.
yeah, they definitely show their interest. It's just a matter of time if it's if, especially Europe. Europe is messed up in a way of that. So everybody needs to participate.
Well, in Europe, we are like creating a lot of rules as always, and I think it's going to be a benchmark for other countries, regions. But I think they need to push to become also a hub, because most of the peoples in the crypto they moved to Dubai. They were also moving to some region
Yeah,
from
I'm all up for
America.
the regulations and I'm all up for that, absolutely. But there shouldn't be so much fear to be like this dark matter of this dark space of crypto. So it could be more, you have crypto, fine, let's treat it like gold, let's treat it like a house, let's treat it like an S&P
I
500
agree with you.
investment.
I agree.
Absolutely fine. Then everything is the same thing. Crypto is a new wave and potentially in 10, 20 years there's going to be a new market that develops. Who knows?
No, no, totally agree with you. And I think that with that spirit and philosophy, you can like clean a lot of this industry from scams and
Yeah.
project that doesn't make any sense, if you start like giving this value. Because at the end, we will have more people trained that will come to the industry to work with experience in other like finance background. So it will be like much better for us. But yeah, I mean, really interesting. Most of the content creators, they reply in the last interviews that they think the RWA, artificial intelligence, but your speech and how you approach with this like democratization and education of the Web2 users and traditional families, I think is also that it's going to become because the blockchain is adapting more and more, So yeah, thank you very much.
So
And
let's hope that it goes for the best. We're gonna have downfalls, but then hopefully it goes back up. You
yes,
know,
yeah, yeah, for sure. Now,
it's market,
now
just like market.
Yeah, exactly. It's volatility and market,
Yeah.
and also we know that since Trump come again to the USA government, we was suspecting a really good rally. We didn't have. Now we see let's see what
I
happened.
mean, there is the Bitcoin rally. There's not just the altcoins.
Yes, not the
They
altcoins. I
are,
mean, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
waiting for that.
And we are
The,
waiting. Everyone is waiting for that. So that's the problem. When everyone is waiting, is when it's not going to happen,
yeah,
But let's see. Let's see.
hopefully.
Lorenzo, the time is running. It was a pleasure to have you
My pleasure. My
um,
pleasure meeting you.
during this time. I think it was really valuable and richful what you shared with us. I wish you the best.